In this lesson of the Beyond Formulas Excel training series, we'll introduce the case study that will guide us through the rest of the training. The goals of this lesson are to introduce the California Widget Maker and the problem you're being asked to solve. We'll also learn how to apply the problem definition template to the Cawimak case. And so, without further ado, let's introduce the California Widget Maker, or Cawimak, as I will call it from here on out. The problem statement. Californian Widget Maker, an established manufacturer of widgets, wants to expand nationally throughout the US. They want to understand how to roll out the expansion, how many units they expect to sell, and where to set up manufacturing plants in order to minimize shipping costs. And so let's go about completing our problem definition statement. We'll copy the widely agreed upon problem statement into section 1. In section 2, we look at what is the optimal number and location of manufacturing sites to service the US, and we'll need to show some trade-offs of shipping costs and fixed costs as volumes scale up. Also, which geos should we roll out to and how quickly? To do this, we should show the relative profit and losses of each of the geo groupings. In section 3, we look at stakeholders. The CEO of the family business wants to create a legacy. He really cares about the communities he works in and doesn't want to fire staff in the current location or move them. He has to sign off on the final agreement, but he's unlikely to agree to any scenario involving closing down the current plant. The CFO is a young hotshot. He wants to maximize cash flow to position the company for a private equity acquisition. The private equity firm is also known for its no-nonsense position on cost cutting. He has a lot of stock for which he expects to get very rich. The private equity firm has hired you as a consultant to figure out how to optimize the business. They have dropped strong hints that they would like the numbers to show relocating manufacturing. They really want to cut costs and flip the company for a large profit. So what's in and out of scope? In scope is that you should assume this is US only. They will require estimating the amount of capex required over the course of the model to calculate the NPV. And out of scope, for simplicity, we'll assume that shipping costs are the only major variable requiring detailed modeling, just so this case can go a bit faster. In real life, you may have to model production costs, supply chain costs, and a host of others to get the full picture. So what are the ideal outputs? A national geo rollout plan and timing, specific locations of the manufacturing plants required to service this rollout plan, and an expected investment to grow the company to the forecast level. And finally, what time horizon, granularity, and cyclicality are we looking at? In this case, let's look at a 5-year time horizon measured quarterly, and management is aware of a strong summer cycle. With this context, you'll see that your awareness of exactly what needs to be included in the model has gone up significantly. Imagine doing many of the models you've already built in your past without this kind of context. If you were building this model in the real world, your next steps would be to go out and find realistic data and assumptions for all of the key drivers in your model. Since we don't have time to do that in this training, I'm going to just give you all of the basic assumptions that you should use going forward. You can download this page in PDF format, together with the rest of the Cawimak case information, from the downloadable materials section on the right-hand side. Thank you, and good luck with the case.